Welcome to Mayflower Spotlights Podcast, the podcast that shines a light on stories both on and beyond the stage. For our first ever episode, we'll be talking to Alexandra, Burke and Dr. Ranj as they head into their busy panto season here in Southampton.
The fun you have, the memories you create, it's like money couldn't buy that experience.
Yeah.
It's so sensational, it's so much fun. Like, to see the kids, the family smiling, it's a warm feeling
and
to
you
me.
get glitter in all sorts of places.
There was only one person that could be the first guest on Mayflower Spotlights podcast, and it is, of course, CEO Michael Ockwell. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm delighted, very excited by this new venture that we're starting.
So, as the CEO, what is your role?
So I've been chief executive since 2013. And my job basically is to develop the strategy for the organisation, which sounds very boring, but it's not. It's about how we set up and communicate our organisation to the community that we serve, which is why this Spotlights podcast is really important to us, because most people don't even know we're a charity.
Okay.
So many things that I do in the structure of how I develop the business plan for this organisation, because it isn't just about the shows that we put on stage, which are incredibly important, of course, but it's actually how this venue and the Marstand Mayflower Theatre connect with the community that we serve. So this opportunity for us to talk and chat about not only the great shows that we put both on in the venues, but also the impact that we have as an organisation on Southampton and the wider region.
And it is about that, isn't it? Because Mayflower is incredibly impactful. Like you say, it's not just the big show that comes. It's everything else around it, isn't it?
Mayflower Theatre is the third largest theatre by capacity in the United Kingdom, which is incredible when you think about it, because Southampton only has 260,000 people that live here. So a theatre of this size with 2,270 seats needs to ensure that it's actually inviting more audiences than just the people that live in Southampton.
Yes.
So incredible statistics, 75% of our database don't actually live in Southampton for the theatre. Brilliantly, for the studios, 25%. So actually you find that there's more people that live in Southampton that go to the studios than go to the theatre. But that's because of the size of the buildings themselves.
Yes.
So we are constantly looking at how we can connect with our community, because we wouldn't exist if we didn't have those regular big shows coming in that bring wider audiences to the area.
Well, and the deal is this. So third biggest in the country. If you want to see one of these shows, you will come from Dorset, Wiltshire, Kent, Sussex. You know, you will travel for that.
Well, there's no one close to us capacity-wise. So, for instance, you look at the big tours that we've done over the last few years, Hamilton. The closest Hamilton came to was London or Bristol.
Okay.
You know, so really we had everything along the south coast is our catchment area. So,
yes.
And it means that when we have the big appeal for those audiences to come, but also what's important for us, because we're not a London theatre that requires an audience to come just once a year, we have to make sure that our programme is enticing enough that the people that come to see Hamilton will then come and see another show in 3 months' time and another show in 6 months' time. So it's constantly about making sure the balance of the programme is right, but those big shows are the things that really entice people in.
And how do you programme your programme? Do you sort of have to bid for something?
95% of the programme is people coming to me and saying, your reputation as the theatre is so fantastic, I want to put my show on your stage.
Okay.
And that makes the job, actually, it makes it, in a funny sense, easier, but it still has its challenges, because then you've got to get the right balance of the programme, because not everything that I get offered do I think is going to work in this space. Then there is the other small section of it, which tends to be the really large shows, where you don't get into a bidding war, because we know when you put a tour together of the big shows, for instance, we're going to do Back to the Future in 2027, just going on sale in this autumn period. So that show's taken 2 years in the planning, and I've got shows in the diary for 2029. That's how long the...
Go on, what?
Well, you'll have to listen to the next Spotlights to find out what it's going to be. But in the planning stage, those big shows, because there's only 10 theatres in the country, Mayflower Theatre being one of those that can put the shows on scale, on those scale on our stages. We're constantly talking and planning those long sit-down shows.
Yeah.
And that's really quite exciting. But by the same token, and that's the great thing about enticing an audience to theatre, in the studios, we are creating our own work in there. So we have absolute control over what we do.
Right.
So our Christmas show is our Christmas youth project, and we determine what that's going to be. We choose the title, we commission the work. So we are creating the work right from a core. The other work is being created by somebody else, and we're just presenting it onto our stage.
Yeah.
So we have the best of both worlds, I think.
So you've mentioned Back to the Future. Is it quite a buzz when you get a show like that booked in for here?
Oh yeah. There are certain shows where there's one show that we're working on at this moment in time, which I am really excited about bringing, and it's a show that exists that I've seen a couple of times, and that's one of those ones where I know that on that opening night when I sit in the theatre and I watch 2,270 other people watching that show, I'm going to be, not just me, our team will be immensely proud of the fact that we brought that show to Southampton. So, and I've never lost that. I've never lost that excitement for the live theatre buzz, because, our job is to inspire people. That's what we do. Yeah. We talk about this all the time. It's inspiring experiences. And for 2.5 hours, people will come and sit in the dark together and have a shared experience that, because it's live theatre, you will never, ever experience that same experience again.
Yes.
Each night is different. And the audience dynamic can bring difference to the actors as well, because you've done the interviews with our Pantomime cast this year. They get each show is slightly different in on the feedback you get from the audience that come in. So, it's just the best. It's the best job in the world.
What's the shows where you sit in the auditorium or you're there as the audience is leaving and you think, wow, that's the one? Like, they're the ones that have the most effect on the audience.
So I think on a personal level, it's the youth theatre shows that we produce.
Yeah.
So we've just done Grease this summer. We know. Talk about social impact that we have on the city. 150 young people work with a professional creative team. 4,000 people came through the doors to watch that show. Wow. And that's where you get that sense of achievement, because you look at it and you go, take pride that we created that piece of work, but also the impact that you've had on young people. And that will stay with them forever. It really will. On the other side of it, the most incredible night I think I had in the theatre, I think, was probably Warhorse the first time we put it on here, because it's such a stunning piece of theatre. And I remember sitting in the stall. I sit in the stalls normally to watch the show, unless it's a dance show, or sit in the circle. But sat in the stalls, which is the floor level, and seeing Joey walk past, and this audience kind of seeing. It's a little bit of a Lion King moment when you get the animal parade at the beginning of the show, but seeing Joey walk through and up onto the stage.
So Joey is a full-size horse, and I'm going to say puppet.
Yeah.
Within about a nanosecond, you forget that this is a puppet and that there are people there working this horse. And you just absolutely buy into Joey is the horse that is the sort of central character to this. And you become emotionally involved, don't you? And it is such a powerful piece of theatre.
There's a beautiful moment at the beginning when you get the foal comes on the young Joey, and I don't remember this, but there's there's a fly, and you don't see the fly because the horse sees the fly,
right?
And you just go, and then there's that transformation moment where the foal disappears off, and then you get the full Joey comes up at the back of the stage. It's just brilliant, and it's just the imagination. This is the great thing about, I think, the work that we do. We have nearly 350 people that work in these across the theatre and the studios. Not one of them actually goes on stage. Our job is to ensure that we put an infrastructure in place that the very best shows, the very best artists can do their very best work on our stage. It's so rewarding, therefore, when you see, 550,000 people came through the doors last year at Mayflower Theatre. The 300, another 50,000 across at the studios. It's incredible. We're affecting and changing people's lives, and actually none of us are creating or acting on stage ourselves. We're there to support. I always use the analogy, we're a little bit like the Royal Air Force, where there's one pilot
Yeah.
And there's all those hundreds of people making sure that one pilot can fly that plane. And that's what we do for actors.
Talk to me about the new programme, so the autumn and winter programme. This is pretty exciting, right?
Yeah, this is the new brochure. There's 104 productions in this brochure. Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's great. It is really, and that's a very small, intimate piece that we're doing in the Studio 2, called Counting Down to Christmas, which is a kids' piece.
This is fully immersive. Yeah. This is a show for sort of tiny ones.
Exactly right. I think we're really passionate about making sure that we bring audiences in at the very early stage. Because if you can inspire young people to stay and get engaged in theatre, they'll stay inspired for all their life, you know. So we work at so many different scales. So Count Down for Christmas, very small, as you say, 45-minute piece. And then you've got the large pantomime, you know, and you've spoken to our panto cast, I know. That's really exciting. The scale of what we do is really good. So 104 productions, from very small, intimate, one person shows up to the big shows. You know, Back to the Future coming in, Mrs. Doubtfire coming in, Matilda next year as well. So it's really, really exciting. I think there's a real broad range, and since we took the studios on, it's meant that we've been able to offer a far more diverse and eclectic mix of programme as well, and that's brought challenges to our team, you know, in the way that our marketing team are incredible here, because they have to market and sell shows at such a massive difference of scale.
Yes.
As well, you know, and there's a different skill set, especially now because we're producing our own shows as well, and that's a different skill set that you have to have. You know, we create content now. We're sitting here creating content that we've never done before.
Yeah.
Because we're also engaging in audiences in a very different way. So it's a really exciting opportunity, I think, for us as an organisation to move our business forward and to connect in a wide range as possible with as many people in our community as possible as well.
What's this podcast all about? Why are we making it?
Well, I think it ties back to our desire to connect with the community that we serve, because we do serve the community in Southampton. The shows that we put on stage, you know, we spend a lot of money on marketing those shows. Audiences will come here. Over 500,000 people come here. I wonder how many of those 500,000 people know that we're a charity for starting. You know, they know that every single bit of money that we make, we invest back into the theatre, back into the infrastructure, both the theatre and the studios, and also the impact that our participation work has in the community. You know, so we have 40,000 people that take part in activity that isn't seeing a show.
Right.
You know, so it's
40,000.
40,000 people will come.
Doing what kinds of things?
So there'll be performers in our youth projects so that they're included there, but workshops, question and answer sessions that we do. We do tours, but also we take a lot of work out into the community. So we take a team and we perform at the Mellor every single year. Yeah. You know, we have our transport bursary scheme, so we actually pay for people that can't come to theatre, young people that are in schools that cannot have access to the live arts. We think it's really passionate and important that they do come. So we have a transport bursary that we provide and support and fund buses for audiences that wouldn't normally be able to come and see shows. So that community impact is working with the schools. We also work with all the local colleges as well. So there's a variety of work that we do, which is not about what we put on stage. It's about ensuring people get access to what we put on stage. That's the most important thing. And
I think, for me, Mayflower Spotlights podcast is about that sort of peek behind the curtain. Because we love seeing the shows and we love seeing the productions, but actually looking behind the scenes and just peering behind the curtain is really, really interesting. Finding out about your role, finding out about the theatre that is coming up for 100 years old, you know, like that must throw up some challenges. So
yes, and I think also what's important about it is the fact that you're going to get an opportunity to talk to a lot of people that work in this building. Yeah. And the sum of their role, their part is massive. You know, we cannot achieve what we do without having such a engaged, committed team. Yeah. You know, colleagues that really care about what they do. So getting a chance to, you know, speak to Matt, you know, our Chief Operating Officer, about the work that he does, you know, getting to talk to the people that do our participation work for us, the delivery of that work as well. all of those stories, I think, hopefully will give you an insight into something, and our audience that are listening to this, hopefully an insight to something that, we don't take for granted. But, I say this all the time. We're really privileged in what we do. We really are. And sometimes it's really difficult. It's very easy to lose sight of that. Yeah. You want to stay focused. You want to make sure that you are delivering against the mission of the organisation. So you kind of have to keep reminding yourself that, with tough times. I remember through, the coronavirus, we suddenly overnight could not do what we did.
It was doors shut.
Oh my goodness me, And I remember people talking about the fact it'll be closed in 2 weeks and it'll be 4 weeks. And it was a year. Yeah. And then when you go, your whole reason why you exist has gone. So then you start questioning why you do what you do. And going back to what we did, our work in the community during that period of time was essential. We went online. We delivered workshops online. We delivered dance classes online. It was all about making sure that we stay connected with that community. So I really hope through this and your opportunity to kind of open the door, as you say, and have a look through the crack in the door, and you will see, hopefully, a really warm, welcoming, but most importantly, a really inspirational organisation that really aims to make a difference. I mean, that's what we do. That's what we exist for, is to really make a difference fundamentally, whether it's just coming to see a show. I say I want anybody that comes into contact with this organisation to feel it's an inspiring experience. Yes. That's whether you're a customer, whether you're a supplier, whether you're an audience member, or whether you're actually somebody that appears on our stage. And I think you're going to get an opportunity to talk to all those people, those stars that appear on our stage, who are real stars, but also the stars behind the stage that make sure that they can shine. I think that's the people that will hopefully give you an insight, and our people that are listening to this will get an insight into what we do and why we exist.
Can you tell me about the time when you felt like, oh yes, right, that's it, we've done it. That's absolutely the crescendo of what we do.
I think when we reopened the theatre after the 2018 refurbishment, and that had gone through a lot of planning, and we transformed the auditorium from, the green and pink to the beautiful, 11 shades of red that are out there, and the gold, and we put on a gala that evening, which was completely put up with people that performed on our stages. So BRB were there, Welsh National Opera were there, but also we put young people front and centre on that experience. And I think for me, that was it was really quite awe-inspiring to see all these people sat in the auditorium who, sorry, I need to stop because I'm getting a bit emotional.
No, it's brilliant. You're fine. That's got to be the one, right?
Yeah, so that was the night, when you kind of looked at it and go, the impact that we had done was incredible.
And I'm getting emotional because I was there that night, and you could feel that this was, it was a night of feeling the love and the passion and the care that comes from Mayflower Theatre. And everybody, whether they be on stage or in the audience that evening, it was a real wow moment.
Yeah, and I think the fact that you saw the grandeur that we'd done as well, I think that was it. But also the fact that it was young people that were being presented on the stage, I think that was really important. So no, it was great. I mean, we did if I remember, it was Les Mis. We did the closing section of Les Mis, which was just brilliant.
It was breathtaking.
Yeah.
Is what it was. And even just to come in and see this amazing building where it had been refurbished and there were new seats, and it was really wow.
Well, also what you didn't see there was, I remember as we were rehearsing in the afternoon with the young people, was a load of team of people still polishing the seats and cleaning up get rid of the paint and all that. It was really right to the last minute. So it was great polishing up the. We had this desire to have proper numbers on all the rows, because they're now lit. You can see where you're going, because you used to come to the theatre and it was so dark, you had no idea where you're going. And so actually having people polish that brass was just it was fantastic. It was a real sense of achievement and a real proud, and that was a real team effort. I mean, that was all the staff pulling together. And the greatest moment on there actually was the night that or the afternoon where we showed the staff the auditorium for the first time. We brought them onto stage, brought the curtain out because of course it'd been closed, it'd been a construction site, and them seeing the stage for the first time. So and that's the great thing about this organisation. We have invested and we continue to invest. You know, we're just about to do a scheme where we're going to increase all the toilets by 50% because the audience are telling us that it's a real challenge to spend a penny in this theatre.
Yes.
So actually we've spent a lot of pennies on getting new toilets coming in. So those are the things that they're not exciting. Yeah. They're not the things that get me up in the morning and go, whoa, I'm going to put some more toilets in.
Yeah. It's very much like buying white goods, though, isn't it? Right?
Exactly right.
You think, okay, well, it's not sexy, but it's one of those things that it will enhance the experience and it will make that experience, that evening, that afternoon, that day at the theatre that much better.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. There is a challenge in running a building that's nearly 100 years old, but also there's an opportunity, which I'm really looking forward to, which is to celebrate in 2028 our 100th anniversary. So hopefully Spotlights will be breaking some exciting new developments when we talk about what the programme's going to be like in 2028.
Now, what's very exciting is we have got an offer for you.
We have got this incredible offer. We are going to say, if you use the discount code Spotlights, you can get 2 tickets for the price of 1 and any show in the studios as long as you've booked by the 31st of October.
That is blooming brilliant, isn't it? Right, so 2 tickets for the price of 1, any show at Mayflower Studios if you book by the 31st of October. So that's any show for next year and anything.
Any show you want. Absolutely, yeah. I believe passionately that there's a great programme in there that people aren't going to go and see. So we're going to help you go and see it by giving you 1 ticket free.
I've seen some amazing shows over there, honestly, jaw-dropping. There is comedy, there is music, there are the Christmas youth production. There's no way that they're amateur and there's no way that they're not going to go on to be professionals. So book your tickets 2 for 1 using Spotlights as a discount code.
Yeah, and I hope you really enjoy it and then come back and book lots of tickets next year.
So we are joined by the wonderful Dr. Ranj and Alexandra Burke. How does it feel to just be dressed so subtly?
I mean, it's what we do on a daily basis, darling.
It's warm, isn't it?
Yeah, it is warm. No, I'm not going to lie. The hat's tight. It is warm, but we're doing this because it's great for the cause, which is Panto Day.
And you look fabulous. I'm a little bit jealous of that outfit.
Oh, but I'm the villain. Remember, this is why it's all like this.
Wanted to play
Have you?
Yeah, but you look sensational. We can swap for a night.
I kind of woke up like this.
Honey, give it to them.
So you're doing Panto?
Yeah.
How did you guess?
Mayflower Theatre. Well, I hoped that was the case. Anyway,
could you imagine?
But how does it feel? What are your sort of preconceived ideas about being in Panto, or do you just love it?
I love Panto.
It's my
favourite time as well. And I just think, when you think of theatres, you actually do think of Panto first, right? Because you think about what brings families together. Theatre in itself is a magical escape for many people, many families. But Panto is where you break the fourth wall. And for me personally, I think this is my 4th one now. Okay. And I didn't think I'd be on my 4th one, if I'm honest with you, because the schedule is intense, isn't it? Like, the reality is it's 12 shows a week. It's intense.
You get
it's
so
12 or
fit
10.
though.
But you do. But I think it's 12 a week, yeah. But the fun you have, the memories you create, it's like money couldn't buy that experience. Yeah. It's so sensational. It's so much fun. Like to see the kids, the family smiling.
It's a feeling, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. It really is. It's a warm feeling for me.
And you get glitter in all sorts of places.
Oh gosh.
Well, do you know? I was talking to an American lady, and she said, "What is pantomime?"
Oh, wow.
Okay, so try to tell me what you think panto is. Dr. Ranj first.
It's like musical theatre on steroids, isn't it? Imagine Christmas made manifest into it is magic. It is a pure magic. There's something for everyone. You're right. It's sometimes people's first experience of the theatre world and theatre as a craft and it's sometimes some of the most joyful memories you have. And I'm so glad that we get to be a part of it. I think this is technically my fifth. So I'm glad
your fifth? My God, brilliant.
Relative sort of newbies
Yeah,
to this
we
world.
are quite new, aren't we?
But we love it. It's the most joyful, magical time of the year, and there's no one else has it. The UK is
it's our thing. It's our thing, isn't it? Yeah,
it's a traditional thing, isn't it? And somehow everybody knows what to shout and when,
of course, yeah. It's like everyone just knows what to do. You come to panto, you come because you know you're going to have a great time.
I know they don't.
I think you get
There we go. We're in.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's like you get issued it with a passport.
There we go.
Here's your panto lines as well.
Yeah.
This is where you say he's behind you.
Yes,
right?
yes, it's brilliant.
And is there lots of audience participation this year?
Well, there always is,
well,
isn't there?
Yeah, I think it's a general rule there is, isn't there? That you always, the directors will always make sure that there is space for that. And then sometimes you go off on your own little thing, which you never know, I might, and just get the audience involved.
Have you ever had anything go spectacularly
I've actually never done that, by the
wrong?
way. I've never done that. I've never broken out of character.
Really?
Just so you're aware. Yeah, I struggle
have.
with that because I do break out of it quite quickly. So I won't be entertaining anyone to start breaking that fourth wall lot with me because I'll go. I'll just be laughing and it'll be a whole thing. It's like, what's Alex doing? But yeah, sorry, you were saying, sorry.
But these things that go wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
it's right.
Sometimes
There's no
you
wrong or
think,
right, I guess.
this is very good, but actually, we're going to run half an hour over time today.
Yeah.
I've had a motorcycle crash, actual crash on stage, where we had to stop the show halfway
kidding.
through. No, I know. I had to jump into doctor mode. But that was scary. Everyone was fine.
Okay,
thankfully.
good. Thank God.
But yeah, we had like a big globe with motorcycles inside it, and two of them collided. So
God.
sometimes.
And did the audience think that was part of?
They did initially, and then when everything went
Yeah.
down and the safety curtain comes down, it's like, really sorry, but we're going to have to stop the show. Yeah. Stuff like that's few and far between.
Yeah.
But, it just goes to show that we sometimes take big risks in panto.
Yes.
Most of the time, it's fabulous and it pays off. And every now and again, we may make a little mistake, but we're good. We're still here. We're still doing it.
It's always a great team backstage as well. Like the stage management, I think people forget that it takes a village to create these shows.
There you go.
And,
I'm so glad
and
you
that's
said
and
that.
that's for me is the biggest part. Like wardrobe, wigs, everyone that plays their role, the band, everyone. It takes a village to make these shows and put them on. We're here dressed in these costumes and we're feeling fabulous, and it's going to be great. But it takes all of them to get us on that stage, and it's a team effort.
So you've said, Alexandra, that you're playing the villain.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
All right, so...
but I have a theory about this, that actually playing a villain means that you can go home and be super, super nice.
Well, yeah, I mean...
You can get it out of your system.
I think, personally, I've played the goodie once on my first ever panto, and I've played the villain every single other time. And I think the villain is wicked. I just think it's so much fun. It's I actually got scared. The first time I played the villain was at the Palladium, and I got scared about being booed. I was really uncomfortable with it in rehearsal, and I was like, why am I encouraging people to boo me? And Michael Harrison was like, darling, this is what it is. It's panto, get used to it. I was like, I'm not used to it. Don't want people booing me. What if people don't like me? I started getting in my feelings. And thankfully, Michael's my friend, and he was just like, just trust me, and I will lead you in the right direction. And of course he did. And once I'd got all the makeup on, the costume on, I felt something so different. And it's the same with this one. This is such an iconic role, and I feel really privileged to be able to play it because on my fourth ever panto. It's like I've been given such amazing roles. So I love playing the villain, I love being booed, and I love egging them on to boo me even more. Hopefully Southampton will give me so much booing that I just won't leave the stage. Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant. Dr. Ranj, who are you playing?
I look like if a fairy and a fish had a baby, and then threw some glitter on it.
Oh my God, did you just make that up just now? Because that's just brilliant. That's brilliant.
So I'm playing the magical merman
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, let's say, sort of like the guide / gatekeeper, making sure that people are moving the story along, having a little bit of fun along the way. But I feel, I mean, I look like I'm from Carnival. This is fabulous.
You could wear this to Carnival.
I could wear
You
this to
actually
Carnival.
could,
I could be shaking my bum in this.
Yeah.
Singing, dancing.
Hopefully.
Yes, come on.
I mean, I've got to shift some of these pounds. So
Stop it. You look great, babe.
There's going to be a bit of movement in there. You were being cinched into your costume. I was being winched into it.
You are hilarious.
To get this thing. But yeah, I'm hoping to get a bit fitter and a bit healthier. That's the one brilliant thing about
Well, you'll
Pantomime.
come gym
so
with me.
active.
You'll
right?
come gym with me.
I'm not going to the gym.
You will. Trust me, I go gym in between shows.
Oh,
5
good
days
girl.
a week.
I don't
No,
sleep between
darling,
shows.
you're coming with me. Trust me, the endorphins, you'll feel nothing like it. Trust
That's
me.
when you know I'm older than ever.
I think I'd go for a nap. Right.
Exactly.
Well, the thing is, you got time. It depends on the show times. Actually, I'm talking like I know what the show times are, like the schedule. We should know this. They're probably online, but it's okay. We'll get there at the right time.
Can we go shopping?
We
Does that
absolutely
count as
can.
cardio?
It's a really good.
But only if you've been to the
shopping
gym
centre.
first, right?
As well, just for a little
In
bit.
gym gear.
In gym gear, and we'll just go off and still look like this.
Yeah.
Really?
And we just do what we do.
I've actually
Right.
done that. I've actually done
why
that. Sometimes
not?
I've
Who
snuck out
takes
between
makeup off?
shows when I've had to like go and grab something. This is Christmas time. You've got to do Christmas shopping,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you do.
I've just turned up in full drag, basically.
Amazing.
Turn up to
Amazing.
Primark or M&S looking like this, and everyone's like, you're
Yeah.
Christmas
Brilliant.
shopping, mate.
Brilliant.
Christmas
Exactly.
shopping. Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
So, Alexandra, you are at Mayflower Theatre.
Yes.
This is not your first rodeo, though, is it?
No.
You've been here before.
A few times.
And what shows were you doing there?
Okay, so I've done Sister Act here, Bodyguard here. What else have I done? Joseph, an Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Sorry, I'm having to get confirmation
It's
because
all right.
my brain, works very differently after 2 children.
Yeah.
I think those are the 3 shows, right? Yeah, those are the 3.
And so Sister Act, that's quite sort of, it's a big production.
Yes,
How
yeah.
wonderful was it to be in that?
It was amazing. Sister Act and Bodyguard, I mean, look, I started off my career doing Bodyguard and then went straight into Sister Act, I think it was maybe 3 days later or 4 days later, went straight onto that tour. And it's just been back to back. I have to say, since starting my theatre journey, I've been given such amazing roles. I know that it's a lot of hard work. It doesn't come easy because you have to audition for them. But the roles that I've been given, I have absolutely loved. And to travel around the country as well, and now with my 2 children traveling around, it's magical. I'm not the biggest fan of touring, right?
Yeah.
But when you go to different cities and you're able to explore and go to places that you wouldn't usually just go to, that's what makes touring fun. Because I'm such a homebody. I love to be at home.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people.
Are you jammers on?
Oh, all the time. All the time. I love being at home. But, touring, it's fun and you make it what it is, don't you?
And so, what do your children, have they been to see you on stage?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So both my kids have actually seen me in Panto. And loved the last one that I done. My firstborn actually saw me in the first ever Panto in Palladium that I done. But the first one was Manchester, but the first one in London was Palladium. And then I'd done Wimbledon last year. So both the kids have seen me in Panto, and they will definitely be coming to see this one too.
And is it one of those things where, okay, you're all right on stage normally, you can get past the nerves,
Right.
but actually, when you know your children are there, does it make you super nervous?
I get nervous full stop.
Okay.
For me, I struggle with nerves. I have to do a lot of kind of have to zone out just before a show, just to get myself into the zone for the role. But I think my mum's always used to say to me, if you're not nervous, it's a problem.
Yeah.
But when you have
Because
your
it
nerves,
means
it shows
you
you
care,
care.
I suppose.
Exactly.
Right.
And for me, I just want to do the best that I can do possibly in that moment. And with Panto, the schedule's so intense. It's 12 shows a week. So you want the level to be the same every single day. And I always say you can never get complacent with any show you do, because people have bought the tickets. They've worked hard to pay for those tickets, and you want to, every audience is different. No 2 audiences are the same.
Yeah.
So having my family family come, my kids come, and my friends and stuff. It's so magical for me. Although my kids do shout out, "Mummy, mummy, mummy," all the time. So that's gonna, if there's a relaxed performance somehow in the schedule, that's the one that my kids will probably be coming to, because it's a no shush zone, isn't it? Well, I guess in general, Panto is a no shush zone, because it's for families, it's for children, it's for people to have fun. So they'll come to whatever I bring them to.
Brilliant. So do you have to train for something like The Bodyguard, which was,
intense?
It's intense.
Yep.
I came to see it. You were incredible. You were extraordinary on stage.
Thank you.
But the amount of energy that you must expend in those performances, do you have to train for it? And I mean that sort of vocally.
Oh, right,
and, so
I guess
to the
for
gym,
me,
I suppose, being fit.
I when I'm leading up and gearing up for a role, depending on the intensity of how much I have to sing and stuff, I usually run and sing. So I'm on the treadmill and singing the songs. And that gets
please! I want you just running in a
the only
park.
way. Yeah, well,
it,
no,
please.
I mean I could just do it in the park, but people might think I'm mad.
No,
running
this
and
would
singing
be a
in the
great
park.
running club.
I don't know if that would work. They might think I'm insane.
No, this would be
this
wonderful.
Work, guys, running in the park and singing? You think so?
Yes.
Well, do you know what? If it brings people joy, I might have to start doing that.
Okay, right.
I don't know what park yet. I'll find one.
We're starting this here.
Okay, fine. We'll do it here.
We've just come up with the brand new buzz thing, which is running musical theatre.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if anybody would join it.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay, we might be the
We've got 15 people here that will join in,
join
right?
in. Okay, great. We could just only sing the classics.
Yes.
Only the classics, which I don't know them all, but I can learn on the spot.
And you can
That's what YouTube's
run.
For.
Right, okay, you don't run a distance. You run however many songs.
Okay.
So we're going to run 10 songs
do this
today.
Are you actually going to do this with me whilst I'm here?
I'm in.
Well,
I'm in.
I don't break a promise.
Are we going to do this?
We're going for a run.
It's wonderful.
You've just set yourself up there.
I love it.
Because I'm going to hold you to this.
And
I actually will hold you to it.
You've done the London Marathon.
Yeah, but that's why I'm still running. Is the marathon's given me this massive bug. And I don't know what's happened to my life, because before the marathon, I ran 1 10K once and went, no, I'm not doing that again. That was ridiculous. And it was in the rain. I thought, I'm not getting my hair wet for a run, hun. And the next thing you know, I'm out in these streets running, and it's changed my life. Like, it's brought me so much joy. Training for the marathon, and I know that I probably sound absolutely crazy and wild, and as soon as I'd finished it I was like, well, that's really sad, it's over.
Right.
And then I've signed up for the next one. I'm signed up for New York next year, and I'm trying to do one a year until my body goes, chill out, love. And at the minute,
I don't think that it will, though.
Well,
right?
it might, because I want more kids, so it might. So we'll see what happens. But I just think running it just brings me some sort of freedom, and it makes me feel alive, and it's my escape.
Yeah.
It's my little escape. So that's why I'm going to hold you to it. Because
Okay.
it is my escape.
No,
and
I'm going to
make
do it.
Yours too.
I don't
and
think you will like my singing, but yeah,
don't
I'd
worry,
love to
darling.
do
Oh,
it.
you think I'm going to take the singing seriously? I'm absolutely not. We're just going to have fun. Just going to have fun, and we can do it together.
I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. We're going to do that.
Yeah.
Right. Perfect.
Brilliant.
Dr. Ranj.
Hello.
You are starring in Mayflower Theatre's Panto.
Yes.
But how does that work? You're a doctor. You're an actual doctor.
Yeah.
How do you go from Dr. Ranj to Dr. Ranj TV Panto star?
It does sound absolutely bonkers, doesn't it? So I've been a doctor in the NHS for over 20 years, and I kind of thought, whilst I still can, and you never know what life's going to throw at you, and the pandemic taught us all that, whilst I still can, I'm going to chase a bit of joy and fulfill some dreams, and Panto was one of them. I got to do loads of really cool stuff on television, some of it quite serious and medical and professional, but then I've done things like Strictly and all-star musicals, and that kind of, I think, reminded me of the love of music I used to have as a kid, because I was a really musical kid, and my job, unfortunately, doesn't involve much music. So I'm living my best life in my 40s. I'm like, right, if there's ever an example that say that it's never too late to chase your dreams, this is it. I'm dressed as a giant fish, sitting, talking to you in the Mayflower Theatre in Southampton. I'm sweating me gills off, right? But I am living my best life.
But with everybody knowing that you're a doctor,
Yeah.
do you get, I've got this spot on my bum. You know, like, do you get that?
Well, I think they get 2 for the price of 1 in these productions. They get a first aider for free, don't they?
That's brilliant.
And I have once had to jump in for first aid, and a couple of times there's been like sprained ankles and little injuries and people falling over and banging their head. So yeah, you know what? I sometimes have my uses. I don't know what I'm better at now, though. Is it the medicine or is it the musical stuff? I'd like to think it's a bit of both.
Oh, absolutely. And look, long may it continue.
I hope so.
Are there any other things that you would like to get involved in the theatre, maybe?
Oh my gosh, I'd love to. So obviously I'm on stage with people like Alexandra Burke, who I've looked up to for years. I've been a fan since she was in X Factor. And I've seen her do Sister Act. I've seen her in the Addams Family. I've seen her do all these incredible things. And I'm like, I want to be you, Alexandra.
Yeah, right.
I want to be you.
When I grow up.
When I grow up, I want to be you. I'd love to do more musical theatre. I've just come off the tour of Anne Juliet, the musical.
Yeah.
And we were here in Southampton at the Mayflower as part of that. And we had a fantastic time. And it was kind of my musical theatre debut.
Yeah.
I dipped my toe in a little bit, but this was my proper one. And it genuinely has made me fall in love with musical theatre. And I'd love to do more.
Yeah.
I'd love to be part of a South Asian musical if that ever becomes a big mainstream thing. And they are gradually coming. And I'd love to do something in London. That's the dream, is to do something in the West End. So I'm hoping, I'm crossing everything. You know, my fins are crossed, my fingers are crossed, everything. I'd love to do more.
What do you think it is about theatre that draws us in that much? What's the sparkle that we love about theatre?
It's magic, isn't it? It's magic made manifest. So all of your dreams, if you could embody them in something, that's what the stage is for. It makes dreams reality. And whether it's panto as an explosion of joy and fun and laughter, or whether it's a serious play, it is dreams made manifest on stage. And that's why we are so good at it and we love it so much, because it moves people and it brings happiness. And especially at this time of year with things like panto, when there's all sorts of stuff going on in people's lives. There's all sorts of stuff going on in the world. And not all of it is easy or pleasant. Panto is that little bit of escape. So just go into a magical theatre wonderland, the world of Peter Pan in this case, and join us. You know, just escape for a bit and have a bit of fun.
I love it. Is there one show that you think, that's my favourite? That's the one that I will go and see time and time and time again.
Panto or musical theatre?
Musical theatre.
Okay, all right. Is there one show I will see time and time again? Wicked. I love Wicked.
It's so good.
I love it. So I've seen it so many times, and my friend Carl Mann's playing Fiyero in town at the moment, and I just love that show so much. I love the film, obviously, and the forthcoming one.
However, nobody told me there was a year-long interval.
No, I know. I've worn out that DVD. No, Wicked Wicked for me embodies everything that is beautiful about music and musical theatre. It is that archetypal magical story, isn't it? Yeah. So I'd love to do a bit of that. Even if I played the goat, I'll play the goat. Or I could play Munchkin. Hey, I've got the height. I could be a Munchkin. I could. Maybe there is a role for me yet. No, Munchkin Land.
I'm sure Wicked will be on the phone any time now.
They might need a flying monkey.
Thank you so much for listening to Mayflower Spotlights Podcast. We'll see you again soon.